This episode is sponsored by Anchor. Have you ever heard of Anchor by Spotify? It is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place. Anchor has the tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It's what you need to make a podcast in one place, and best of all, it is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the show. Boys in the Burgh, hosted by Chris, JJ, and Andrew Speranza. Welcome to Boys in the Burgh, the podcast all about Pittsburgh. Taking a little summer vacation, but we have returned and we're going to have a nice fun time today. And so my name is Chris Speranza, and with me, JJ Speranza.
Hello, everybody. It's me, the JJ.
And Andy is not in right now. He's actually golfing for right now, and probably in a rainstorm because it's been scattered thunderstorms all week. So he's probably cartoonishly lifting up a golf club to swing it and then getting struck by lightning and then just turning into a black mist of smoke and then just crumbling to a nice black little ash.
You just see two eyes blink as he crumbles.
Just like a cartoon, walking off a cliff, looking down, looking up, and holding up a sign that says, "Oh no." But today we're here to talk about Steelers training camp. And I thought of this because this wasn't even on our radar for something to talk about. It's just I was at the live casino the other day in Greensburg, which is phenomenal, which we have to go into detail about it sometime.
Is that what it's called? The live casino?
Mm-hmm. It's like a brand in a way. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's just like, Acrisure Casino and
Acrisure, the next strand of COVID.
No, I went to live casino and I saw an ad that said, it said something along the lines of like black and gold special, like training camp special. And I actually had to think for a second. I'm like, I'm not at Rivers Casino. I'm in Greensburg at a casino. I forgot about that. So I had to retrain my mind to be like, oh, like this is training camp. This is the biggest thing for Pittsburgh in the last 2 years because they haven't had it.
Yeah, and Greensburg's what? 25, 30 minutes away from Latrobe where they do the training camp?
I wouldn't even say that. From the casino, I want to say like 5-7 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. It's by the mall, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So I have on my list, one of the first things to talk about is all the promotions that businesses do on Route 30 to get to Latrobe and how there's so many signs that say like, welcome Steelers and welcome players, welcome back to the season. Do you remember seeing those signs?
I sure do. I used to work at the Walgreens next to St. Vincent College. So during the summer, I would run into Steelers who were just like, hey, I'm just picking up some Gatorade. Be like, can I, hi.
Oh my God, I didn't.
But yeah, Walgreens would have the big signs too.
Who would be responsible for going outside to put on the letters? I've never done it before in my life.
I don't know. I think the managers do. Every time I showed up, it was done.
Wait a minute. Is the sign in the air or is the sign like in the yard?
Oh, it's in the air. Oh, no. The Walgreens sign where they put little things up is in the air, but the Steelers one was in the yard.
Oh, no. Oh yeah. They put a yard sign in there. Just lazy pieces of shit. Why'd they do that? they didn't go the extra mile.
I'm not climbing that damn ladder.
Almost. How come they can't be dedicated fans like our former mayor Ravenstall, who changed his name to Steelersstall that one time?
Because that was back when we were winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, how crazy is that to think? It's been 15 or more than 15 years since we won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it was an exciting Super Bowl, but still, like, It's been a minute. I don't know about you, not to digress, but I'm excited for this year. I hope we do good.
It's fresh. It's new. We got
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky. I'm not gonna lie. He's a handsome motherfucker. Like he is gorgeous.
Him and his wife are a very beautiful couple, and their baby is equally as beautiful.
And very excited for I know I shit on Pittsburgh fans all the time, and I think the Kenny Pickett pick was just because to make Steelers fans happy and Pittsburgh happy. But whatever. If he ends up doing really good with us, then fine. I'm wrong. I'm a piece of shit. I made the wrong choice. So all to him.
What do you? Again, I don't mean to get into Steelers talk. I know we're talking about camp. Isn't there a third quarterback?
You mean that thing called Mason Rudolph?
You picked up the joke. Amazing.
Do not get me wrong. Mason Rudolph is 1 million times more talented than I will ever be in my life playing football. But for me, who is able to be selfish as a fan and sit on the couch and say, "What the hell?" I'll still do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Tell me more about Walgreens. Like, who came in and what year was it?
I mean, this was back when I was in college. This is like 2010. So it was like the season after we won the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. So think about like Hines Ward. We had Heath Miller, Troy Polamalu. Like, these are all guys that would never go to Walgreens because they have people go for them. So I saw the offensive linemen and guys that you were like, oh, is that James Harrison? Oh, no, it's just another guy that looks like him.
No, it's crazy. Like, all those linemen are like all 300 pounds or more at this point. The way human advancement is going, like 400 pounds is going to be the new normal soon for a lineman, just to hold people back. So yeah, crazy
dude.
stuff.
Honestly, huge human beings, and they got to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I guess since we're 6 minutes in, I should say where Steelers training camp takes place for people who don't know. So,
sorry, listeners.
Steelers training camp, it takes place in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, which is about, I want to say, close to an hour outside of Pittsburgh east. So it is my territory because I live in Irwin. And basically it's become a tradition. The Steeler players arrive at St. Vincent College. They end up staying in the dorms. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
They do. They block off part of the dorms so the Steelers can stay there, and they don't let students in there.
Yep, so they stay in the dorms. I'm sure they have their own cafeteria and the very famous place where Le'Veon Bell was caught smoking weed and had to get a fine. So, yeah.
I mean, and Chris, a little fun fact for you guys who didn't know this, Chris got married at that college.
Fuck yeah, I did. It's a beautiful cathedral. St. Vincent. I'll just say it's called Cathedral. I don't know what it was called, but it was a beautiful place. And also, just for other people's knowledge, Mr. Rogers grew up in Latrobe or was born in Latrobe, something along those lines. So there's a lot of Mr. Rogers stuff down there. And that church is featured in the Mr. Rogers documentary, too, for like a brief minute.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I got married October, so I did not get a chance to see any other Steeler players. But there was still like some random ass lacrosse game going on as I was like getting pictures from my wedding.
Yeah, and the other wedding party waiting right behind you.
Yeah, because my wedding was at noon, and guess what? If you're planning on getting married, you're just part of a cog in the machine because you're just giving them money. It's an industry now. It's not about love. You just give them money, and then the next person comes in. Right?
Yeah, okay. So them Steelers, huh? Man, crazy.
To us, it's about love, but to the wedding industry, no, forget about that.
Oh no, I mean back in 2016, which by the way, tomorrow's my 6-year anniversary with my wife.
Oh shit! Yeah, happy anniversary. It's tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, but we got married in a small little Christian church out in Washington, PA, and they're closed now because COVID-19 ruined everything.
It sure did. It ruined my body last week.
Oh, it did? Oh, yeah, it did. Your body got real fucked up.
Yeah, that's why we didn't record last week, because I had COVID-19 for the second time. Twice as nice.
Was it equally as disgusting as the first one?
I actually, because I work from home, I rested Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I was back to work Thursday and Friday, and then tested negative on Sunday.
Oh, good. And no one else got it?
I gave it to Joe Biden a second time, and I apologize for that.
Is that why he wouldn't blink? Anyone?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Let's not get into
yes.
We're not getting into politics. Let's talk about some of the players and how they arrived at training camp, and then we'll talk about our experiences. This has nothing to do with the Steelers, but Aaron Rodgers coming to training camp dressed like Nick Cage from Con Air.
Oh, dude, that was so perfect. That was amazing.
Man, if the Packers don't win the Super Bowl, of course I always want the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. It's just not going to happen this year. But the Packers, they need to win a Super Bowl this year, or Aaron Rodgers is just gonna snap or something. He's gonna set Lambeau Field on fire.
I mean, he just said something about Tom Brady's 45 now. He's like, yeah, I'm not playing till I'm 45. Forget that noise. So who knows whenever he's done.
He looks like he's 45.
He does. He looks seasoned.
And I will say the other introduction, Antonio Brown, back in the days at Steelers training camp, arriving in a helicopter.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was good times.
Man, anything memorable for you? Like any memorable entrances, or did they use Walgreens as a way to hide from people? I don't know. Tell me more.
No, nothing special on my side. But as a retail worker who also used to work at Walgreens, you just walk in, put your head down, and go, okay, let's get this day over with. And you don't really pay attention to the outside world. But there would always be news about a Steeler was at a restaurant. Where did you have your reception at the Salvos?
DeSalvo's. It's an old train station that they turned into a restaurant / event center / cigar lounge.
Yes, Steelers were there a lot.
Cool. And also, speaking of COVID, they only run it for events now, and they don't have the restaurant section opened up because of COVID. And I have a $25 gift card for DeSalvo's that I haven't been able to use.
Spend it on catering, man. Yeah, can I have a whole tray of mozzarella sticks? Here's a gift card.
So you have not been to training camp before, and how has that never happened?
I never made it up there. I have had friends who had a tradition to go every year, and I just never actually got up there because I was always working. But when I was in high school, I got to go see them practice at Penn Trafford High School because that's their backup to what is it? That's their backup to St. Vincent. They go to, it's St. Vincent, then Gateway High School, and then Penn Trafford. And I guess both stadiums got hurt from a rainstorm, so they practiced at our high school. That was really cool.
That's right. I forgot about that. And also, Gateway's stadium is called, was it Marino Field or Marino Stadium?
Yeah, after Dan Marino.
I don't even know if he went there. I don't think he did. They just, Gateway, those selfish Gators down there, they just decided to just take a name.
And they took Dan Marino's name. Dan's probably somewhere in California like, what the hell? Whatever.
And thank God he doesn't play for the Dolphins now.
I don't know, man. They're not looking bad.
What are you talking? Did you? All right, I just watched this on Pat McAfee show today. Sorry, this isn't supposed to be about football talk, but the Pat McAfee show talked about how the owner of the Dolphins was tampering with Tom Brady back when he was playing with the Patriots and everything.
Yes, that is so true. And it's so, Tom Brady's been a part of every single bad thing that's happened in the NFL.
Yeah, Dolphins are a mess right now. But unlike the Steelers, who are going to be a solid 500 team this year coming up, which is my prediction, a solid 9-8. I'm predicting.
Just like every other Pittsburgh team, they're going to be average.
Yeah, I mean, we had our
I'm
glory
kidding.
years. The 2000s were our glory years. That's it.
I love I love the Steelers. I love the Penguins. And actually, speaking of Pat McAfee, I guess down here in North Carolina, people listen to him all the time. And whenever I start talking, they're like, "Oh my God, I had too much Yinzer. Get away from me," because Pat McAfee's from Pittsburgh.
Isn't it great being from Pittsburgh but living in like another state? You get to go all crazy on them, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?"
My favorite quote was from my coworker. I, of course, was cooking and got angry at something and threw it across the room. And he looked at me and goes, "You know, every person I've ever met from Pittsburgh was born being able to throw a haymaker."
Oh,
so I guess we have we have a background of being psychos.
Okay, I want to walk you through how Steelers training camp works, and just so you have your knowledge of it. And I'm going off a memory of, I don't know, 5 years ago per se, because I used to work at Idlewild, which is an amusement park in Latrobe, Ligonier, which is just past Latrobe. So on my way back from work, going home to Greensburg, I would stop at Latrobe and watch the Steelers training camps. So, taking advantage of that. Here was my experience. I went there, and first of all, parking is free. That's one of the things that I like. I like free parking.
Always a good thing.
Then when you get there, you start walking over to where the Steeler training camp is at, like where the field is and everything. And they have activities set up. The typical, throw a football through a hole or, try and kick a field goal and kind of doing that. So here was my experience with that. I did them. Of course, I'm by myself and I'm doing all these activities. But there was a kid who was wearing shorts and a black shirt, and he had a mask on. Nope, not the pandemic mask. He put on a mask from the movie Scream. It wasn't like scaring anybody, but he was just like going around doing the activities, kicking the football and then like throwing it. And I swear he just kind of like went off into the woods of Latrobe after he was done doing all the activities. He just went into the woods and was just like, I have done what I've had to do.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was so weird. Yeah, speaking of like your Pittsburgh haymaker thing you were talking about, we're all fucking weird from being from Pittsburgh.
We all have our quirks, and we are all very strange, and I love it.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so just to give the description. So you go there, and they have the activities tent set up and everything, and you do all that. Like I said, it's been a while. I'm sure they have sponsored tents there, like S&T Bank or whatever. Very Yinzer like to have that there. And so you go to the field and you sit in the bleachers in Memorial Stadium, which I believe it's called, and you just watch them practice. I didn't get much interest out of that, to be honest.
I mean, did Mike Tomlin come out and like announce anything, or was it just like they just ran out and started practicing?
No, I'm sure they do it day one. I'm sure day one they like introduce all the fans and everything. I gotta find out if that is called Memorial Stadium, because they do a Friday Night Lights thing where they go to Latrobe Stadium or something, where Latrobe High School is, and they do like a scrimmage game there, which is really neat, and they do it under the lights.
Do you know what year they started going to St. Vincent for doing this for training camp?
Do you have facts on you?
Of course I have facts for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to say they started doing this in the 70s.
Oh, you are really close. 1966.
Wow. 19.
Like
They
almost
moved
spot
training
on.
camp. They moved training camp to Latrobe, and they win 4 Super Bowls. I mean, that's being the technique.
Do you know where they practiced before then?
Uh, well, it was in the 60s, and it was the NFL back then. So I'm gonna say like a dirt path in like McKeesport.
Uh, so it started in 1933 when the Steelers were first organized. They went to Knowles Grove, Greensburg. And then they practiced in South Park, Pennsylvania in 1938. And then Loretto, Pennsylvania at another college. And then they went to Hershey for a couple years. And I
Hershey?
think that's whenever they merged with the Eagles in 1947.
Ah, the Steagles.
Yeah, they merged with the Steagles. And the Chicago
Yeah,
Cardinals were another team.
we were Fly Eagles Fly at one point.
Ugh. But I think after that, after Hershey and after that broke up, they went to Cambridge Springs, and then they finally, after all that, they decided to go to St. Vincent.
Yeah, I'm sure because it was like football back in the days. It was just like it was like a booze fest and like just cigarettes everywhere. It's just
Oh, can you
everything like
imagine
that.
all the fucking cigarettes around them?
Just to give Yinzers who were born in the '90s something to harp on and think about. Remember back in the days when Eaton Park had like a smoking section and a non-smoking section.
I went with my buddy Sean when I was in middle school. I went with his family to Denny's, and we sat in the smoking section. And I was like,
Oh.
"You people can smoke while you eat? What? This is so weird."
And now you go to the casino. When I went to the live casino in Greensburg, actually, no one was smoking there. We went there at like 2 o'clock or something. And this was like my first outing after quarantining from COVID. And just like it felt, I wore a mask everywhere because I wanted to be safe still. But like, no one was smoking, no anything. And I look over at the bar and just the back of this woman's head, just like a cigarette in the air. You see the smoke shadow and just like her there by herself. And I'm just like, yep, that seems like Westmoreland County to me. All right. Also, the other thing to talk about, mostly because people go to training camp for this one reason. And because not a lot of people are there to watch practice, because I'm like, whatever. But people mostly go there for autographs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the horror stories of people trying to get autographs?
I have one in particular.
All right.
You
go
already
first.
know it.
You go first. Let me hear that.
Not really a horror story, but my two buddies, Alex and Justin, went to training camp, and there was this defensive player named William Gay. And let's just say these two friends of mine had gotten really high before showing up. So they smelled really bad. So Justin goes running up to the fence there and goes, Mr. Gay, I love you. Can I have your autograph? And Willie Gay turns around and goes, what's your name? Justin. I think he signed like his shirt or something, like not the thing he was holding, and then went, there you go, and walked away.
Oh my God. Oh shit, that's funny. Here are some of the horror stories I've seen in person. And I didn't know this was a big deal. I guess our sister is friends with some that goes to every training camp and like gets every autograph. And I went with them one time. And basically we stood like they come out of like the library or something after changing, I guess, and then they go onto the field and they do their thing. I think, don't quote me on that. So people, will hold their shit out and be like, "Yeah, sign this, please, sign this. Oh my God, please, it's for my daughter." Like, first of all, who gives a? some of those people it just got me hot real quickly. Just like some of those people that are just like pity and trying to be pitiful, just like it's for my daughter. So here's one of the things people will do. They'll get
I love when you get wound up.
they get a product that they want, a terrible towel, a football, their cleats, their hats, their bras, I don't know. And they'll take it and they'll throw it on the ground. And the Steeler player will be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you dropped this." And they go, "Thank you. Sign it, please."
Oh, are you serious?
It's horrible. It's so bad. And just like people just trying to be so pitiful. Just like, I'm not saying everybody's like this, because I do have a nice story. But I'm not saying everybody's like this. But like most of the people just like try like feeling like they're entitled to having an autograph. Just like, please, it's for my son. My son will die if you don't give him his autograph. I have a gun to his head. I will shoot him if you do not give me an autograph right now. It's like, Jesus, calm down. Like, these are just people that put on pants one leg at a time. Like, take it easy there. Except for Tom Brady. Someone puts it on for him. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't need to care. I never think about the fact that like they don't just put their hands out and go, "Here, sign this." Like, it never even dawned on me that people would be that committed to being so terrible to like force them to sign something.
Well, there would be people that go there every single day. Like, there was someone I used to work with at the radio station. Like, she would just be like, "I have everybody's autograph." And I went to get Heath Miller's autograph one time, and he said no. I had to, like, I don't know. In my mind, he was probably just like, please get away from me. I'm hungry. I want food." Like, forever now, her impression of like Heath Miller, I don't know if it was him, but like of Heath Miller was just like, he was a jerk because he didn't sign the thing I wanted him to sign. And I have a collection.
Yeah.
So it is crazy, but I will say, here are the only people that should get autographs, and it should be broken down to this: nice people and children. That's it. Those are the only people that should get autographs.
I do really. Have you been watching the training camps from around the country?
No, I have not.
So down here in Carolina, when they were doing their training camp, I forget where. It's somewhere coastal, though. Possibly. I don't remember where it's at for the Carolina Panthers. But whoever their quarterback is, and one of the
Baker
running backs,
Mania.
like, yeah, no, the other guy, because Baker's not there yet.
Sam Darnold. Cam Newton. Sam Darnold. Yeah, I know Sam Darnold. Okay, yeah, the USC guy.
He ran over to this kid sitting there, and this kid was like, "Come here, come here, come here." He goes, "What's up?" He goes, "I brought you Oreos, sir." He goes, "What? You brought me Oreos? Get over here!" And he like called over the equipment manager and got him like cleats and a jersey and like all this stuff. It was really cool.
I will say this: if you want an autograph, be creative. Make it a very special thing for them to sign. Like, maybe do a caricature of Pat Fryermuth, or maybe make like a special terrible towel for I don't know, Najee Harris. Just like, look, it has your face on it. Like, I don't know. Like, get creative. Give someone Oreos. That's all people want. Yeah, there it is. Just give them food. I'll go to Steelers training camp with a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and just stick it out and be like, all for you guys. Just sign the bucket. I don't care.
I mean, it's important to remember that, like, when we're watching football on TV, I don't know about you, but I watch it like these are superheroes. These are guys that are 7'10" and are massive and just, but in reality, they're just humans. They're just like us. So like, treat them like humans. Don't treat them like dropping stuff on the ground and saying, "Can you pick that up? Oh, can you sign it now?" Like, come on, man. Who does that? That's so fucked up.
It was so fucked up. And I was just watching this, and I was getting, this is pre-COVID too, and I was getting anxiety from like the crowd like coming in on me, and I'm just like, I need to get out of this section because like these people are insane. But you know what? Steeler fans, they're one of the craziest fans, and they love their Steelers. We'll say that because, like you said, there's some kind of Steelers bar. You said in Carolina, right?
I'm learning real quick. There's a Steelers bar in every destination, like beach resort place, like all over Florida, all over South Carolina, North Carolina, out in California. There are Steelers bars everywhere. The fans are amazing. They're just fans everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. So here's the nice story. At least I'll at least put this silver lining in, so you guys don't think I hate Steeler fans completely. Which, if you've been following this show, it really does sound like I hate all Steelers fans, and I'm the only perfect one, and I'm not.
Are you still a Steelers fan?
Me? Yes, of course I'm a Steelers fan. There was a point in my life I tried liking another team, and I just can't keep up with it. One, because like, you know, the TV broadcast. I can't get like a Minnesota Vikings game. So like in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I just can't help it. Even when I lived in Indianapolis, like I tried being a Colts fan, but they're so inconsistent. So I'll just be a Steelers fan still. So here's the silver lining, and here's the nice story. I was on, I don't know, TikTok or something, and there was a little kid crying at Steelers training camp, leaned up against the fence, and Najee Harris, the kid's like, "I love you, Najee," and Najee Harris is like, "Whoa, what up, bro?" Signed whatever, and the kid's still crying, and he's like, "I love you," and Najee's just like, "You're cool, bro," and just signed whatever, and just walked off. And I will say, the more I get to know Najee Harris, the cooler I think he is.
He's awesome.
And he was on AEW Dynamite also. And
what?
he AEW was in Pittsburgh. Hold on. AEW was in Pittsburgh, and Britt Baker, one of the AEW wrestlers, she grew up in Pittsburgh. And so when they had the event there, and she came out with Pat Fryermuth and Najee Harris, and Britt Baker does her match, cuts a promo at the end, and just is like, I'm like Najee and I'm like Fryermuth, we're the best, I don't know, something like that. And then she goes to leave and puts the microphone down, and Najee picks up the microphone on live TV and goes, "Is this on? Oh, it's on."
Oh, what a pure soul.
And then I went on Twitter and was like, "Oh no, what are they going to say about him?" I go on Twitter and they go, it was like a legit like wrestling news site called it was like WrestlingInc.com, and they were just like, "Yeah, the Britt Baker match was really good. I don't know who the basketball player was."
My God, no. Like, no, they did not.
I'm like, come on. They literally came out to like the Steelers stuff, but I don't know. Some people don't sport very well, I guess.
I guess not. He was just actually at camp a couple days ago. There was an interview where he was just got done running or something, and Mike Tomlin pulled him over to a camera and was like, "Hey, we're excited to be here. It's going to be a good year. We Najee Harris here," and Najee looks at him and goes, "Coach, I gotta catch my breath, man. You pull me over here, talking this camera. Oh my God." It was so funny.
Yeah, he's really a pure soul. Just like that's someone who grew up dirt poor and was like, made it. So all to him. Like, good for him. He was an Alabama running back too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And I wanted to ask you about college sports real quickly, if it's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
No one down here watches NFL football. Everyone watches college sports. Mm-hmm. So should I start watching college sports?
I mean, college football, like what are they, Gamecocks? Is that the territory you're in?
So it's Coastal Carolina. A lot of people like the Georgia Bulldogs, and then it's UNC. So Tar Heels, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. South Carolina Gamecocks, right? That I got that right?
Yeah, you did get that right.
The Gamecocks, right?
I think so. Say it one more time, but slower.
Gamecocks. Did I get it right?
Oh, you got it all right.
No, I would totally just when Pitt plays North Carolina because they're in the same conference, I would totally show up with all your Pitt gear on and just be like, "All right, let's watch some football."
Pittsburgh Steelers are coming to play the Carolina Panthers sometime in December, and Katie and I are like, really now? Because we're only like 3 hours away from Charlotte. But
Ew.
I'd be more interested to go to the Pitt and UNC game.
Yeah, do some GPSing and see where the stadiums are. I feel like a lot of those stadiums are more inland, so they don't get hit by hurricanes or whatever.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my question.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. When I lived in Indiana, like I slowly became a Purdue fan, to be honest, like because their football team and their basketball team was lighting it up. So, yeah, that's just it's just something.
You mean not Ball State?
Not Ball State. The Ball State Gamecocks.
The Gamecocks. Quote unquote Gamecocks. No, Purdue's awesome though. I'm really happy that you got to follow them for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you blend into the environment, you know what I mean? And you just kind of it's like if you're learning Spanish, you throw yourself into a Spanish speaking country and then next thing you know you're learning it. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to digress. So let's keep going with the Steelers.
Okay. So, I mean, I have no other notes.
Well, in that case, I'm really excited for this season this year. I hope you get to go to training camp. Do you have any plans to go this year?
I mean, I could probably squeeze it in. I got nothing going on this weekend. Maybe I could do it. See what their schedule is for the weekend coming up, and maybe I'll go and get some more details.
Are they every day?
I don't know. I think for your best bet is to constantly keep up with the schedule online. That's your best bet because they're not practicing, every single around the clock or whatever.
Right. I think most football camps, only because I played football and know how it kind of works, is there's a morning practice which has like no pads. It's like a walkthrough kind of warm up. There's an afternoon practice which is like full pads, full throttle, everything, and then there's a later afternoon practice which is like like half pads where you just kind of work through some stuff. So I'm pretty sure at any point in time during the day you can go to see them play. What was I going to ask you?
I don't know. We're at a point where people usually stop listening to the episodes anyways. So you can ask me whatever you want.
You want to wrap it up? Want to get out?
Nah, I mean, if you got something else to say, if you want to talk more college football, I mean, Pitt versus West Virginia, the backyard brawl returns in September.
It returns?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's sold out. So it's the first time Acrisure Stadium's going to be filled. Yep. See, the first game in Acrisure Stadium, it's all in the name change. You got to change the name, and you know what they all say: newer is better.
Newer is always better.
It's always better.
Is Pitt playing Penn State this year?
No, I think that rivalry's wrapped up.
Oh, okay. They put a little bow on it and called it a day.
Yeah, they put a bow on it. Now, remember how we were dying for Pitt to play Penn State, and then that got old, and now we're dying for Pitt to play West Virginia again, and now it's happening.
Okay. I mean, hey, I feel like not that we're not close to Penn State, but we're much closer to West Virginia.
Yeah, we are very much closer to West Virginia. Well, I am. You live in North Carolina. You're like further from West Virginia now.
I mean, I'm only a couple hours away. Like, I think West Virginia University is 6 hours away.
WVU, where Pat McAfee went to school.
Is that where he went? Oh, my God.
Yeah, he went to Plum, maybe. Don't quote me on that. Went to Plum High School, West Virginia University, played for the Colts, and is from Pittsburgh. So, yeah, there you go.
Was he a quarterback?
No, he was a punter.
That's right. Okay. I vaguely remember that.
He made that tackle that one time and did that walk, the Doing like
Yes,
that,
yes.
where he swung his arms around. He did like that UFC boxer walk.
Didn't he light the fuck up out of Reggie Bush or something like that?
Well, I don't know. I have to do more research on it, but I am gonna wrap it up because I got a thunderstorm coming in, and I don't want it to knock out my Wi-Fi. So we're gonna
But it's so sunny down here.
shut up. So we're gonna get at. Thank you, JJ, for we had to do double talking because Andy is getting struck by lightning golfing right now. So
Just know, Chris, I will always be there for you.
oh, thank you. Just like the Friends theme song.
Always. I'll be there for you.
And my dog hasn't come into my room, so I'm kind of worried where she's at right now. So we'll get at. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to leave us a comment and a 5-star review. Follow at Boys in the Burgh on Instagram and Twitter for the latest updates and newest episodes. And if you want your podcast to look and sound more professional, try using Riverside.fm. It's used by all the biggest companies in the biz, and you can start sounding better and looking better. You know the point I'm getting to. Just
They the best.
They the best. That's right. Put respect to that name. Put
Respect to the Riverside name.
And you click for a link in the show notes for a free trial. So yeah, there you go. Put respect to that name. So we will sign off by saying, JJ, can I have your autograph? Can you sign me off?
I love you. Oh, I'm sorry. Always a pleasure, never business.
Bye.